Multiple means of action and expression. In this block, we are going to examine the multiple forms of action and expression. What are we talking about? It's about providing options for physical action, about providing options for expression and communication, and to provide options for executive functions. Let's make a small introduction first. Students differ in the ways in which they can fit into a learning environment and express what they know. For example, individuals with significant movement problems, such as cerebral palsy, those with strategic and organizational disabilities, executive function disorders, those with language difficulties, and so on, approach learning tasks very differently. Some may be able to express themselves well in written text but not in spoken text, and vice versa. In reality, there is not a single means of action and expression that is optimal for all students. Providing options for action and expression is essential. For goal-oriented students, teachers should differentiate the ways in which students can express what they know. Provide options for physical action. Provide options for expression and communication. Provide options for executive functions. Let's now deal with the first block, providing options for physical action, that is, varying the methods of navigation responses and optimizing access to assistive tools and technologies. Tips: for example, there are speech-to-text, text-to-speech applications. There is currently a wide range of offerings, and they are reaching an optimal level. In addition, it could also be very useful to provide keyboard alternatives, and you should not rely on the exclusive use of the mouse. Do you need to provide standard keyboard shortcuts? And you should avoid redirecting to another page without warning. Next, we find a second block, providing options for expression and communication, that is, using more means of communication. Use more tools for construction, composition, and build fluency with gradual levels and support for practice and performance. Tips: Moodle tools allow educators to create transparent learning outcomes for students. Educators can add skills to courses and course activities, view a report on the breakdown of skills, and assess student skills. We can use Moodle's many standard features to encourage student interaction and experimentation. For example, create groups of students, set up assignments, encourage collaboration through peer review with workshops, and allow students to create project plans and collaborative documents through Wiki. Design activities so that the learning outcomes are authentic, communicate with a real audience, and reflect a clear purpose for participants. Multimodal presentation tools, VoiceThread, Educreations, explain everything. Provide options for expression and communication. In this topic, we are talking about guiding the setting of appropriate goals to support the planning and development of the strategy, and to improve the ability to monitor progress. Tips: We recommend, for example, the use of documents and online collaborative tools such as Google Docs. Digital graphic organizers such as Read Write Think StoryMap and Graphic Map, MyStudyBar, Cast Science Writer are also of particular use. Ultimately, for action and expression, teachers should set goals with students, make them complete a table at the end of the lesson or activity with the results they want to achieve. It should also include some form of monitoring progress so that students can practice more self-regulation and self-assessment. Create different tasks for evaluations. Try not to leave the evaluations at the end. This is very important. And, finally, it is necessary to include intermediate tests or knowledge control points at different times during the sessions, so that students can put new concepts into practice before moving on to a new topic. This strategy also promotes scaffolding, and will help students build a solid knowledge base before progressing to more complex topics. To verify the student's degree of learning, we also recommend applying the Wiggins and McTighe, 1999, methodology, which can be adapted to the virtual environment. Enter explanatory tasks. We know that when a student knows how to give a correct answer but cannot explain why it is correct, it is very likely that he has not understood the concept well, so it is not enough to perform a test well. The student must explain and justify their answers through an interview with the teacher using the Moodle chat. Use application tasks. They are authentic exercises in which students must respond to a real situation or to a situation that simulates reality using the skills acquired, that is, the production of texts written in virtual contexts. Use of perspective tasks. These exercises require the student to adopt a critical perspective, for example, questioning the intentions of the person who wrote a certain text or made a video. The tasks to assess empathy. When students are asked to try to think or feel like another individual, the student is proposed to explain a certain topic to other classmates through a PowerPoint or a video made by themselves. Finally, the self-knowledge tasks. Being aware of your cognitive functioning, your gaps and your results indicates that the student is making progress. Ample space is provided for self-assessment and dialogue through the chat so that students express their shortcomings and difficulties.